Hey everyone, welcome back to S'more Adventures, the channel where we chase the wild, the weird, and the wonderful one epic journey at a time. In this week's episode, we're taking you back into the blast zone of Mount St. Helens in Washington as we hike the stunning hummocks and boundary trails to the eerily quiet Johnston Ridge Observatory. Due to a landslide, the site has been closed for a couple of years with no end in sight, leaving it looking almost abandoned. With the road to the observatory closed, we embarked on a 10-mile hike with 2,000 feet of elevation gain to take in the beauty of this incredible place. Along the way, we dive into the history of the catastrophic 1980 eruption and the story behind the ridge's name. Then we wrap things up with some off-roading action deep in the rugged beauty of Tillamook National Forest. Get ready to join us on another adventure, and don't forget to like and subscribe to follow along for more adventures. Hey, Bailey, wanna go for a hike? Today we're going to the Mount St. Helens National Monument, and we're going to hike to Johnston Ridge, and then we are going to cut off of hummocks onto the boundary trail. So altogether it's going to be about a 10-mile hike. It's going to be hard, but it's going to be amazing.
The reason we have to do all this instead of just driving there, which would be a lot easier, is because there was a landslide about a year ago and the road's closed. And so now if you want to get to the observatory, you have to hike miles. So like there's not going to be anybody out there.
Harder to get to it now.
Right.
The Johnston Ridge Trail, it was named for David Johnston. He was a geologist who contributed a lot to...
Isn't that why they named it after him? Because
Yeah.
he was a reason that a lot of people got saved because he was...
He did save a lot of lives, so they named the ridge for him. And we're going to check out some rocks and join us. Starting on the hummocks trail, we're gonna hike on this for maybe a mile and a half.
Okay.
And then we're gonna cut onto the boundary trail, which is gonna take us to Johnston Ridge. Let's go. All right, we are starting here at the hummocks trail, and we're hiking to this point, basically all the way to right here. And the trail that we're hiking on, it's called hummocks, and there's going to be all these kind of unnatural looking hills, little hills everywhere. These hills are actually from the 1980 eruption. They are deposits of pyroclastic material like ash, molten rock, all that stuff basically landed here, formed hills, and now trees are growing on them. This is where we branch off, and that's Boundary Trail. We're gonna go all the way to Johnston Ridge. as we get closer and closer to the volcano, we're going to start to notice more and more stone like this because we're in the blast zone right now where the 1980 eruption expelled all of its material. And this right here is just a classic pumice stone. It's rhyolitic material that comes from explosive volcanic eruptions, as opposed to stuff like, we'll get closer and we'll see more examples of basalt. Basalt is usually a lot darker, whereas pumice is very light and very lightweight. One other thing, don't take any of these rocks. Leave them where you find them.
So, what's really cool is like as we get closer to the Mount St. Helen, the trail changes, adapts. It's like, you know, it's telling you a story of what happened, you know, back when that explosion happened and when that erupted. And you know, as you get closer, like this is where the blast knocked the trees back completely, and then you have areas where the growth has just really died off. We've entered a tough part of the trail. While beautiful, it is a challenge.
Hard because it's a little exposed right now, so the sun's kind of just beating on us, but it's an easy hard trail. You can still see how far the blast reached, that it flattened that forest completely. It just gives you an idea of how powerful it was. Cold water lake.
Aren't they all cold water?
You know where that lake came from?
Cold water?
No.
Where?
Eruption. Isn't that cool? Like, yeah, that's like orange. It smells like orange.
Very citrusy. A lot of these pine needles have different types of scents and different types of tastes. Some are even edible. Try some.
All right, you ready to go, honey?
Yeah, I think we should hit the trail again.
All right, let's go. If only it was that easy.
The view is just amazing.
One thing we're starting to see a lot more of are these trees that they were all blown over in 1980 and they're just laying here still. It shows what way the blast hit.
Well,
those flattened trees right there. Like you've got ash and pumice from this eruption, you've got like the darker basalt, you've got the red. It just shows all of these different historical eruptions in one place. Like all these different rocks, and all of them got ejected at once in 1980, so you're finding them all together. Final destination is right up there. Just an FYI, normally you would be able to just drive up to the place that we're hiking to right now, but we couldn't do this hike on the other side of the observatory because the road was washed out. There was a landslide. It's taking 2 years and counting to fix it with no end in sight. So.
And now, only the worthy make it to the top.
Right. All right, we are right here at Lewitt Viewpoint. Got from here to here to go. It's about 0.8 miles. This is gorgeous. But it's so quiet here. Here's another pumice. I don't know if you can tell, but all these little holes that gets caused during the eruption, all that moisture in there is just rapidly expelled, and that's what creates all those little tiny holes. That's how we get pumice. And of course, we can't visit this ridgeline without mentioning its namesake. David A. Johnston was a dedicated volcanologist for the USGS who gave his life to monitor Mount St. Helens. On the morning of the 1980 eruption, he was standing on this very spot, warning others of the growing threat. Today, the Johnston Ridge Observatory bears his name as a tribute to his courage and the vital role that he played in understanding and forecasting volcanic activity. His early warnings helped save many lives.
What's going on, honey?
I've got some blisters.
What you doing?
I've got some blisters that I need to tend to.
Some blisters?
There's a really bad one there. Under there.
The life you don't see. Well, that's what happens when you do over 10 miles in one day.
So worth it.
It is worth it. And to anybody out there, these hydro seals from Band-Aid,
they're the bomb.
Are freaking legit. Found out about them a couple of years ago, and they've sort of blown up. But if you haven't figured them out yet, like
I call them skin Band-Aids, and they're the best thing I've ever used after a hike. For real, go get them. Oh, people see on the girl's feet. If you have feet that look this gnarly, you know you had a good day. Good as new. So, after our hiking adventure yesterday, I think we need a little bit of a break.
No, I don't need a break from adventures. I need a break from my feet. So, first we're going to go to Tillamook, to the Tillamook area, and do some off-roading. Yes, I know, Bentley. Aren't you excited?
Yeah, off-roading day. It's going to be fun.
It might just be a great day for everything.